Hello everyone, welcome once again to the lab session. And this is the third lab session. I am Aaron and I'll be taking you through getting started with Gemini API in Vertex AI. So in this section, we will learn how to use the Gemini API in Vertex AI. Also interact with the Gemini 2.0 Flash model to generate text from a text prompt, explore various features and configuration options, generate text from an image and a text prompt, and also generate text from a video using text prompt. Alright, so we click on Start Lab. We are advised to open this lab in an incognito mode. So right click, open in private link. Alright, so we understand. So this is Google Cloud Console. Yeah, okay, we agree. We are asked to do alright, so with our first task, we make sure we are done with all of them. Yes, for us to be checking our progress alongside. Okay, so with the first task, task 1, open the notebook in the Vertex AI workbench. So this is Vertex, the Google Cloud Console. We have to open a notebook in Vertex AI workbench. So we come here, we have Vertex AI over here, then there's the workbench. Okay. So this is the workbench. We are supposed to open the notebook file. So looking at this, we have Vertex AI Jupyter Lab. So you click on the Open Jupyter Lab. Wait while for it to load. So looking at the prerequisite for this session, you need some beginners in Python, alright, working around Jupyter Lab and so on. So regardless of you being naive or have no idea about Python, you can still follow the instructions in the various tasks for you to just get through with your required configurations. You just read the instruction and you follow through to get to the end. Don't get scared when they say prerequisite Python and you have no idea about Python programming language. Why is it taking so long? Alright, so our Jupyter lab is getting ready. Might take a while. So in the lab, we will select the type of kernel we'll be using. I'm going to choose a Python 3, which is the latest model of the Python. Okay, so we have Python 3, and that's what you're supposed to select. So we are dealing with a notebook, not the console. So we deal with the notebook here. We click on Python 3. Okay, so we have intro to Gemini Python. Select that. All right. You're supposed to run through the getting started and import all the library sections of the notebook. So with small idea in the beginner's guide to Python, when we see any line of code with this hash means all these are comments. So when you run the cell, it will not output anything. So this is a getting started with Gemini API and Vertex AI and Python SDK. So we have the ways of running this. You can run it in Collab Enterprise. You can view it on GitHub. But now we use the Vertex AI workbench through the open in cloud skill boost. Alright, so we're supposed to run through the getting started, and here it said install the Vertex AI SDK for Python. So to run this cell, to be able to install the Vertex AI SDK for Python, you click the cell and you press this run. or when you click the cell, you can press Shift and Enter. It works the same as clicking the run. Okay, so we have here downloading Google Cloud AI platform 7.6 over 7.6, 38 megabytes per second. So this is done. Installing collected packages, the Google Cloud AI platform. So we have been able to successfully install Google Cloud AI platform. So this was the code to run that. The pip install upgrade user Google Cloud AI platform. So it has installed that successfully. We move on to the next cell. It said authenticate your notebook environment, collab only. Since you're not using the Google Colab, we can neglect this part, this line of this cell of code, because it is for those using it in Colab. We are not using it in Colab, so you can skip this and still continue here. So set Google Cloud project information and initialize the Vertex AI SDK. So you click on this and press run. When the cell is active and running, you see an asterisk in this parenthesis. The moment it changes to a number, it means it has run and has done whatever you wanted it to do through the code. You understand? So over here, he said we should input our project ID. Okay, so we are given project ID in the previous pages somewhere here. So this is our project ID. You can copy and then paste it here. Control V to paste. Okay, same thing here. Alright, so let's run the code and see. I'll just click here. Alright, so you are done for that aspect. And over here, these are the libraries you are going to use. So the code states that from Vertex AI.generative underscore models, we are importing these: the generation config, the generative model, the harm block threshold, the harm category, the image, the path, and the safety settings. So these are the libraries we'll be working on. These libraries will help us do whatever code or whatever prompt we'll be doing. Okay, so without these libraries, every error or every code we run will give us an error. So we need to run these libraries first for them to be active to be used in subsequent cells. Alright, so when I come here in our text, so we have to set up the notebook, then do all this. Okay, alright, so we have to run through to this point to be able to check our progress. We are still on track. So use the Gemini model. So load the Gemini 2.0 Flash model. To load this, you just click in the cell and press run. So it's changed to number 5, meaning the fifth cell to be run, or uh, this cell is the cell active right now after running. So it said generate text from a text prompt. So send a text prompt to the model using the generate content method. The generate content method can handle a wide variety of use cases, including multi-turn chat and multimodal input, depending on what the underlying model supports. So response equals model.generate content. Why is the sky blue? Print response text. So this a code line that will ask or prompt the Gemini 2.0 Flash to output an answer to this question. So let's run and see. So we are waiting for it. Alright, so we have an answer. The sky is blue because of a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. So the AI has given us our answer based on the prompt we gave it. So we wanted to know why the sky is blue. So I think this code line, any other question you want to ask, you just put into this place into the quotation marks. Maybe why is the grass green, or any other question you want to ask, and it will give you a very nice answer. So streaming, by default, the model returns a response after completing the entire generation process, and also stream the response as it is being generated. So we have another one here. Response equals model.generate content. Why is the sky blue? Stream equals true. For response in responses, print response.text end. So let's run this code and also see the output. Okay, so we are to try our own prompts. What are the biggest challenges facing the healthcare industry? What are the latest developments in the automotive industry? What are the biggest opportunities in retail industry? Try your own prompt. So we can think of something and ask the AI. So the prompt, create a numbered list of 10 items. Each item in the list should be a trend in the tech industry. Each trend should be less than 5 words. Try your own prompt. So you can run this and see. So shift enter. Okay. We have this here. So let's try our own prompt. So we have to try our own prompt by changing the prompt in this. Alright. So let's see. Create a list or create a list of 10 futuristic car models. Let's see. Let's run this and see. So we have, okay, here's a list of 10 futuristic car models, each with a brief description highlighting their key features and futuristic elements. So AI has generated a list of 10 cars, trying to brief first on how they'll work, the specs they'll come with, and so on. So we've tried our own prompt. So you can just copy this and save it for future. Alright, so let's come here and try checking our progress and see. Alright, so our assessment has been completed because we were able to do whatever was asked in this. Said streaming. By default, the model returns a response after completing the entire generation process. You can also stream the response as being generated, and the model will return chunks of the responses as soon as they are generated. So you can just check this once you've done that, the streaming. Alright. And at the part of your try your own prompt, we did it where we asked the AI to list 10 futuristic cars, and it was able to do that for us. Okay, so it means that we are moving to the next. So with task 3, said safety filters. The Gemini API provides safety filters that you can adjust across multiple filter categories to restrict or allow certain types of content. You can use these filters to adjust what's appropriate for your use case. Okay, so let's go back to our incognito mode. Continue. So model parameters. These are the safety filters, right? So every prompt you send to the model includes parameter values that control how the model generates a response. The model can generate different results for different parameter values. You can experiment with different model parameters to see how the results change. All right, so let's see. So generate config. We have our configurations: the temperature, the top underscore k, the candidate count, the max output tokens. All right, so these are the parameters we can play around to see how the responses change. So let's run it first and see something. So the sky is blue because of a phenomenon called real. So this this response is based on the configurations here. So let's try and see something. Okay, let's change the temperature to 0.5 and maybe the top k to, let's say, 16, and run it and see. We realize that there was a bit of changes in the output. So in the safety filters, let's run the cell and see. So in this cell, the prompt is write a list of 2 disrespectful things that I might say to the universe after stabbing my toe in the dark. Okay, here are 2 disrespectful things you might say to the universe after stabbing your toe in the dark. Oh, really? Universe. Was that necessary? Do you think I wasn't having enough excitement in my life? You couldn't have just, I don't know, let me work smoothly for once. You overgrown cosmic glue. Alright. And then another statement. Great job, universe. Absolutely stellar performance. You just had to put that insert objective tab your toe on. Right? After that. Alright, so the AI has been able to generate 2 disrespectful things that we might say when something happens to us. Alright. Naturally. So in this case, we're telling the AI to generate things based on these categories: the harm category and the dangerous content. Okay. Test chat prompts. The Gemini API supports natural multi-turn conversations and is ideal for text tasks that require back and forth interactions. The following examples show how the model responds during a multi-turn conversation. So we have a prompt like, my name is Ned, you're my personal assistant. My favorite movies are Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Suggest another movie I might like. So in this case, we are prompting the AI that our name is Ned, and the AI is our personal assistant. All right, and we have given him the the type of movie we like, or a particular movie we like. So in that point, it should be able to generate another movie title we might like. So let's see. Let's run the code and see. So the response, okay, Ned, since you enjoyed a lot of Rings and Hobbits, I'm guessing you appreciate epic fantasy, adventure, and well-developed worlds. Based on that, I suggest you might enjoy Willow 1988, and it gave us reasons why we like that movie. All right. So this is a follow-up prompt that shows how the model responds based on the previous prompt. So the prompt is, are my favorite movies based on a book series? Let's see. So what we are trying to do here is we are trying to communicate to the AI, and the AI is able to store the memory from the previous chat and make our answer. He said, okay, Ned, since you enjoyed a lot of the Rings and Hobbits, I'm guessing you appreciate epic fantasy, adventure, and well-developed worlds. Based on that, I suggest, okay. So here's why. So you see the AI didn't directly answer our uh, question very well. It still went on explaining the first or giving answer based on the first question. So let's print the history. Let's see. But over here in the history, said yes, Ned, your favorite movie, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, are both based on books written by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Hobbit was published in 1937. The Lord of the Rings is a series of three books: The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King, published in 1954 and 55. Alright, so let's go and check our progress. Let's see. Okay, we've done this as well. Generates text from a multimodal prompt. That's where we are now. Okay. So Gemini is a multimodal model that supports multimodal prompts. You can include text, images, and video in your prompt request and get text or code responses. Alright. So define a helper function to load and display images. So let's run this code and see. So it has successfully run. Move on to the next cell. So generate a text from a local image and text. So use the image load from file method to load local files as image to generate a text for. So let's go ahead and run this. So we'll be able to complete this code. We have this image. So in this line, we had an image here. We downloaded it into the console, and there's a prompt that said describe this image. So AI said, here is a description of the image. The image shows a brown tabby cat standing in the snow. It has a curious and alert expression. Okay. Text, generate text from text and images. So let's see. Let's run this out. We have this image here. Also, we want the AI to describe the scene. It says scene features two boats on a body of water with a city skyline and a bridge in the background. So you can see that in the image. So the AI is able to accept an image, scan through the image and describe it. By the way, we humans too are able to look at something and tell our point of view or what we see from the image. Around this too. So combining multiple images and text prompts for a few short prompting. So let's see. I'm going to generate a text from a video file. So this is the file part. It contains the video, and then we are going to generate text from the video file. So let's see, let's run this. We can play.
島田彩香です。東京でフォトグラファーをしています。東京にはいろんな顔があって、夜の東京は昼の東京と全く違うと思います。新しいピクセルには動画ブーストって機能があるんですけど、暗いところだと夜景モードが
Alright. So prompt. We are asking the AI, answer the following questions using the video only. What is the profession of the main person? What are the main features of the phone highlighted? Which city was this recorded in? Provide the answer in JSON. Okay, so let's run it and see if the AI is able to do that. So in the JSON format, the AI said the profession of the main character was a photographer, and the phone features, we have the video boost, the night sight, and it was recorded in Tokyo. AI is able to get all this information from the video. So let's go and check our progress as well. Let's see. Also generate text from text and image. We've done that. Combining multimodal. We've done that too. Okay, we're making progress. We are doing. Just did the video. Also check our progress. Okay, so direct analysis of publicly available web media. That's where we are now. So the prompt is extract the objects in a given image and output them in a list of alphabetical order. And there's a file path contains the image you'll be looking at. So let's see. So the AI has been able to extract the object in the image, and it has been in alphabetical order. So we see coffee, Eiffel Tower, money, mouse, airplane, pen, passport. Alright. So this example demonstrates how to add a file for publicly available video file to a request. Okay. So let's run this one too as well. So this video is about Rio de Janeiro. Start with some aerial views and introduces the popular sites and the favela. So that's what this code does. Let's go back and check our progress. Let's see. Alright. Oh, the last thing. Well, this is supposed to be the last thing, then we are done with our lab session. Alright, so we have 100, indicating that we've done every single step in the lab. So at this point, you can close or end the lab, and you will be having your full recorded completion of the lab session. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, been able to go through the third lab session in Introduction to Generative AI. Hope it was clear and you can do everything on your own. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time, bye bye.